Hello, class. So, Andrew, you missed class, and there was a few others. So I'm gonna go ahead and discuss cliffhanger since we didn't have time to do it this week. Yeah, and you're looking at one sheet of paper with 15 boxes, and you're looking at 5 Home Depot receipts that I happened to write when I was at work. So let me break down cliffhanger for you guys. Alright, so the opening scene. Is a typical muscle man exposing his strength, and that happens to be Sylvester Stallone, and he is rock climbing basically to rescue his friends who you do not know about. And his friend, who actually is injured, he hurt his knee, kind of ironic, we both have bad knees, but his knee is injured and he has to be airlifted off a rock. Kind of weird, but it's the truth. I don't know why you would airlift somebody when they really can't move their knee, but I guess that's how it is. So yeah, that happens, and then things go bad while being rescued, and the only female who is rock climbing with them, who happens to be the best friend, his name's Tucker, his girlfriend, it happens to be his girlfriend, and he kind of convinced her to go rock climbing. And she falls to her death, basically, and Sylvester Stallone is blamed for it. The two friends become foes over the loss, and that happens to be Sylvester Stallone and his friend Tucker. After that, the antagonists of the movie are introduced, who's played by the father in that 70s show. His name is Quaylen. I don't know why I keep thinking of Quarles, but Quaylen. And their master plan, per se, goes wrong when the plane carrying the money that they are trying to steal goes down into the mountains filled with snow where Sylvester Stallone and his friend Tucker happen to live. And the money they were after falls down into the snowy terrain. The plane goes down. They go back on the hunt for the money. They set a trap for the rescue team of that city so they can commandeer their helicopter. And Stallone happens to be in town, back in town. This is a few months after the death, or I think it's a year after the death of the girl. Stallone happens to be back in town, and he's convinced to go help out on the rescue mission. He's convinced and reunites with his old friend, who's still mad at him over the death of his girlfriend. And the two go on the mountain to find the antagonists that they have no idea that they are the antagonists. And they get there and they notice it's a trap. So they use Sylvester Stallone and Tucker to rescue the cases full of money. Stallone's friend is captured, and Stallone gets away by distracting the antagonist by tossing one of the suitcases and emptying the whole suitcase over the mountain. And an avalanche comes down and makes all of the antagonists think that Sylvester Stallone died, which he really hadn't, obviously. He's Sylvester Stallone, let's be real. He doesn't die in anything. The antagonists end up holding Stallone's friend Tucker hostage so they can use him to get to all the other suitcases because he knows the mountain pretty well. Stallone, like every other hero, is one step ahead of the antagonist, who they don't know Stallone's still alive. So he gets to the second case, messes with them on that case, and then they have nothing else to do. They try to kill Stallone after he does that to the second case as well. And after he gets away, they moved on to the third one. I don't know. I mean, it's like ever-ending string of money, it seems like, the whole movie, but Frank is killed. Frank is the other helicopter rescue guy. He works with Jessie. That's Sylvester Stallone's like really good friend. She's like the head mountain rescuer team, or the head of the mountain rescuer team. Tucker is brought to the edge of the cliff and beaten. He eventually fights his way out and kills the English guy who's like basically playing soccer with Tucker's whole body, kicking him around. Sylvester Stallone finds the third case. Richard is one of the FBI agents I didn't just tell you about earlier. He's an FBI agent that kind of is a dirty agent. He is a dirty agent, not kind of. And he gets to the location of the third one and finds nothing. He starts going crazy and is beginning to give up. And then he gets on the radio's into Quaylen. Oh yeah, we are not going to find the third one, I'm giving up. And then he doesn't realize that the FBI is tracking him right now. And Stallone is attacked by Richard after Richard is walking back. He sees Stallone walking. Stallone, fights him and kills him like he does everybody else. Stallone and Tucker reunite after that, and they hit up Quaylen. They're like, "Oh, it's over. Just give yourself up." And Quaylen's like, "I got Jessie. Give me the money, and I'll give you Jessie." And Stallone agrees to gives the money back so he can get the girl. Honestly, she wasn't that attractive. I would have taken the money. They meet up. He gives up Jessie, and Stallone throws the money up in the air, and the helicopter, blades it, destroys it. They get into the typical good guy, bad guy fight at the end of every movie. Stallone is Stallone. I mean, come on, Stallone's Rambo, Rocky. He's unbelievable and Expendables at the age of like 70. They get into a brawl. Stallone tosses Quaylen off the rock into a helicopter, and the helicopter falls down the cliff and blows up, and the FBI radios in, says, "You guys cool? You guys good?" And they're like, yeah, and then they throw out some stupid line, "Oh, the helicopter fell over," or that you will find a helicopter on Quaylen's head, which is the stupidest line I've ever heard. And then that retarded Stallone line at the end of that movie, I can't even remember what it was anymore, but that's pretty much it. Cliffhanger.